So let's talk about two important keys to happiness. This is Eve Christoph, and this is Love Life with Eve, Eve's Eden Show. And we are diving into all the ways to bring us home to the divine feminine. So when it comes to happiness, we've got these two things that we often do. One is that we contort who we are and our authenticity to match the needs and the demands of other people or what we think they are. And also we complain inside ourselves because we're always waiting for the day when everything's right, everything's good, everything's in its place the way we think it should be for us to be happy. But there's this incredible thing you can do where you just decide that your joy and your happiness is a separate matter from how life is going. Yes, you can. You can give yourself permission to, when everything's terrible and everything's brokenhearted, not to divorce from your grief. We can say that joy can exist within every emotion, and fear and anger and grief. They have their important place in guiding us, but that joy, the feeling of joy to be alive, can be something that you are simply allowed to have and feel and do and be, regardless of what's going on. So like yesterday, I was cleaning out this car full of black mold, like the whole was so messy, and there was the two parts of me. One part of me was like, wanted to be like, you should be miserable, you should be angry, you should feel like you're this is beneath you, and this car's not worth it. But the real me was like, I'm having fun, I'm on an adventure, this crazy mold is coming off, this could be my car. If it is, I will have revived a great steed back to his majesty. So you give yourself permission to be that happy when everybody thinks you're crazy for being happy. They're like, you shouldn't be happy now. You shouldn't be, you're poor, or you're fat, or you're, you're without attention. Whatever the thing is you're without. And you just go, I know, but happiness is separate. It's my right, and nobody else is in charge of it but me. And the other thing that we do that really undermines our happiness is that contorting thing to be liked. So if you decide, I'm going to be that person, whoever you are, if you're an introvert, or if you're, if you're really sardonic, or if you're like really loud, boisterous, you laugh a lot, and people don't always support you in that, you just go, yeah, but I'm going to wear those colors. I'm going to be that way because it brings me joy. This is who I am. I'm going to love myself enough to be who I am in the presence of others who may not like me or prefer me. But I'm not going to let that stop me from liking them and being respectful of them. So you go, you know what? There is a way to combine both the love of self and the love of others. Being respectful of what their needs are while you're being totally authentic to yourself. And that's the thing. We think there's not. We think it's a choice between fitting in society or being ourselves. But if you do this thing of like allowing yourself to be happy regardless of how crazy life is, and this thing of allowing yourself to be yourself regardless of others' mean little expressions or dislike of you or being annoyed by you, you're going to free yourself into your power, your joy, and a whole nother level of feeling like you're here on the planet. Because look, if you don't show up authentically, like I was just with a girlfriend who was like very polite, and I applaud her for that. I have a lot to learn from her, actually. But she was so polite that when we were in a situation where somebody was really acting strangely, I spoke my authentic truth about it, and she lied to protect their ego and to be nice and to be good, and she was furious at me for being so authentic. So the thing is, though, if I'm not authentic, then why am I here on the planet? Like, if I am not going to even show up with who I am, what I do think and feel, then it makes no difference whether I was born or not. Get it? So if you look at your life in terms of it's important that you say what you need to say, that your input matters, then you've made a difference on the planet because you've shown up authentically, however difficult it was, and however people didn't like it, you still made a difference because you were authentic. But if you hide away to be nice and to make everybody like you and to not make any waves, it's fine. You can have an easy life, but it won't make much difference that you were here. Because your authentic truth is what you came here to express and explore and grow because of and be courageous within. So I hope that helps you in the ever-expanding experience of Eden and coming back to the values of the feminine. And we know the values of the feminine. Well, she's wild, she's free, and she's also authentic. She's authentic. She's not an imposter. The imposter woman is the good girl, and we're not here to be those good girls. Think about it. Is it that safe to be that good? Is it? Because you're boxing yourself in more and more to a cage you don't want to be in. All right, love. Let's continue with more magic we're finding.